underway here in week 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
He's coming. We got double up. You're mine. Nickel. Switch it. Come on, switch it. 1, 2. Get wide.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too, because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
That'll be taken in the end zone. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Listen to me. Check mark.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the carry, it's Cook, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it this time. He completes it to Treadwell. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. That right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Vikings 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you're talking about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
At the 34-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Leave it. Bring up 48. Hey, no, easy.
From the 38, Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 1/3 of the field where he threw that one.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as they used to be, huh?
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Undercrush. Check your hot read. Move it down. Tight go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Shamar Stephen able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Oh, yeah. 7:34. Here we go again. Check 4, check 4. Check 15, check 15.
Now Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
It's caught. Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Here we go, here we go. Out. 15 still. He's checking credit.
Now Carr. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. Carlson able to put this one through. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards Stephon Diggs, the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 13-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
6:37. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Hey, Mike 7. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. It's first. He's coming. Double up. Double up.
From the gun, it's Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something that...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From just shy of midfield, Carr, and that is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Carr gives to Rashard. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another carry now for Madison, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm going back to you.
They run it again with Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. First down, here's the run with Cook. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They come up on a first and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. They'll run for it with Cook. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Cook following the penalty. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 13-yard line.
2nd down and goal. Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each...
And he'll get in! Touchdown, Minnesota! Amir Abdullah! His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. And they got the extra point, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 26, check 26.
This is Richard. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he's got room. And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Richard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Twist. SOS. Alert 3.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Slam. It's front. Mike.
They keep it with Crowell on first. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Sendero on the tackle. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah. Watch the eye. Get down. You got tight.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Check, crouch. Check. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check. Watch twist.
On 2nd down, Jacobs.
Go. It's right.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Carr, and this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
It's caught by Treadwell. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. Here's Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Yellow, yellow, yellow. 51 the mark, boy. 51. 3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Cousins to throw. This is caught. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Good route here. 51, 51. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Out of the end zone. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Get the ball.
Now Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So for the Raiders, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.